It has the power of
Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. And no, I didn't wake up now, but I got this new shirt from them. And it was like this, I never ironed my clothes, so it just looks like I woke up. In fact, this is the second video that I'm filming today, so I did not wake up now. Anyway, the reason why you're watching this, it's because you want to know more about these things right here. These are the SOLA frames, but before, let me tell you a funny story. 2-3 weeks ago, while I was in Munich for the ISPO, I was staying in a hotel and I just got a message from Mirek. Mirek is the owner of Addon Skate, just saying, hey, come down, Rafael from Powerslide Brazil is here waiting for you. I might have seen the message like 5 or 10 minutes too late. So when I came down, I went to the street, I started looking around and I didn't saw anyone. Suddenly, someone just stopped right in front of me and started looking in my face, and I was like, who's this? I didn't realize. And then that person just said, Kyle. Suddenly, just bling in my head, damn it, that's Kyle from SOLA. And I didn't realize. I'm like, so sorry dude, I didn't realize it was you. Then he got in and then we had a conversation. By this time I already had ordered these frames, which I paid full price for them. Since I saw SOLA announcing these frames, the beginning of their Instagram account, I sent a message instantly to Kyle saying, please, I want a set of these frames and I'm keen to pay full price, blah 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 blah, the whole thing. So when I saw him, the first thing that I asked him right away was like, do you have the frames? And he was like, no, I don't, but I'll give them to you at the Winter Clash. And these are the frames. They have my name here, Ricardo Lino, and I know there's a message inside which I haven't read, seriously, because I didn't really look at them properly, but here it is. It says, Ricardo, thanks for your support. I hope you enjoy these and wish you a happy and I wish a happy and healthy new year. Yes, by the time that I ordered these, that's when my back wasn't really in the best conditions. Now, something cool is, yeah, it comes with all this stuff. But check this out, you might have not seen these ones yet, because most of the times when you see these frames, they come with this H block, right? This is a plastic H block, but mine's, I asked for mine's to come with full aluminum H block. Basically, it's an aluminum frame with an aluminum H block. I can then change it, so I have two options, and I'm super excited to trying these. I did try the Kaiser Elements 2, which I don't have them at the moment because Powerslide only had one sample, which they gave to me, but at the Winter Clash I ended up giving the sample back. At the moment I do not have the Elements 2, but these are different frames. This is a flat frame and the Elements 2 frame from Kaiser, it's a high-low frame. I've been actually enjoying my flat frames and I've been skating the Adapt V4 frames. Give me a second, let me show it to you. I've been skating these ones, which are the Adapt V4, and I'm going to put these ones right here. And the rest of this video, it's gonna be filmed with this. Basically, I'm thinking of using the exact same wheels, which is the wheels that come stock on the Niels skate, the M12 Niels. And according to SOLA, you can only put round profile 60 millimeters. Those ones are not really round. They are like, let me see if I can show it to you. It's almost round. It's kind of like there's like a 7-8 millimeters flat and everything else is more like a pointy wheel. So hopefully it will fit, and the next thing you see, it's me skating them. Let's try it out. 3, 2, 1. This is gonna be a long one. I just came back from my second session with my SOLA frames. Why 2 sessions? Well, usually I go out one day and I try to skate the product that I'm trying to review, and most of the times it's enough for me to give you some feedback, at least first experience feedback. And that's what I was expecting with these frames exactly. So I took them to the skate park that I'm most familiarized with, which is the Shred skate park, where my skate shop used to be at first, and I was happy. These things roll fast, these things grind really good, with front sides and back sides and even some soul tricks, especially riding the ball. I really enjoy it. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that I didn't even want to do any other tricks. I just wanted to do simple stuff and get speed and carve and all that. But why that? One of the main reasons for me to enjoy them so much, it's because this frame is really thin. Usually most of the frames, they are something like these, around 10 millimeters thickness. These frame walls are about 10 millimeters thickness. This one, I think it's 6 millimeters on each side. I know that SOLA has been using these slimmer frame walls as part of their marketing. They've been saying that makes the sole plate wider because the frame is a little bit more into the center. I don't know. Yes, the frame goes a little bit more in the center, the sole plate gets a little bit wider, but I don't really know if that's such a big advantage. At least if we're gonna be thinking of the sole plate being big as an advantage. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Like I said, having a slim frame was one of the reasons why I just wanted to do simple tricks and skate fast and carve and all that. Why? Because I wasn't scared of my frame touching, so I could carve and I was super confident. And even when like just trying to slide on these frames, I can do wheel slides just like I would do on a free skate, like on a big 3-wheel skate or even like 80 or 90 millimeters that I'm not scared of my frame touching. Well, I was able to do wheel slides with these, and that's really good. Even on ramps I could actually do wheel slides. Of course, if you bend a bit more because it's a lower frame, the boot touches and then it's not a wheel slide anymore and it's a shuffle. Even like that was actually not too hard to control. But, and yes, there's a but, if I wanted to do a topside trick, you know that most of the people, they shit a little bit when it comes to a topside because most of the people don't put their foot completely topside. I guess 95% of the people don't put their feet topside, especially when you first lock. Most of the people put their skate a little bit like that and then super fast go to the position. But when you have a frame like this, as long as you're a little bit bent, the frame will just slide into the topside position. Basically, once this edge of the frame touches, if the wheel is not touching, boom, it just slides and it locks or unlocks. Then that's it, basically. Usually you go like that, and when you know you're already in a top sole or in a fish brain or whatever. With this, it doesn't really go that way because, like I said, the frame wall is so thin that if you don't put your foot in the right position, they won't be sliding into the topside position. So it makes it a bit harder to get into the topside position, but when you do a topside with this, it looks a lot better. That's for me something that I felt, okay? Also because the frame walls are slimmer, if you're gonna be trying to do like a sole trick on a ramp, that it's not too tall or if it's not steep enough. Imagine if the quarter pipe it's not fully vert, or if it's too open, if it's like a 1 meter or like a 3-foot quarter pipe. Usually it's something like that, right? What might happen is that your wheels are touching the transition before your sole plate touch the coping. It just takes a little bit for you to adjust to that. At first it was a bit weird, but after a while I was actually just bending my foot a little bit more on top. I guess it makes it look better. It's just, you need to adapt, but that's perfectly normal. You need to adjust your tricks to the gear that you are using. Now, I came back home after this first session and I realized that I didn't really try much. I didn't really try to do any technical tricks or anything like that with these frames. So today I had to take them out again, which I'm not complaining about. I really enjoyed it. So I went to a second skate park, and this second skate park is more like a plaza style. There's like some rails, the copings are different, it's like lower ramps. They also had some ledges, but they don't have any cement ledges. I really don't skate any cement ledges or curbs or anything like that much anymore, and that's the reason why I didn't want to change the block. I do have the plastic block, but the reason why I wanted to get this frame is because I wanted to feel that aluminium grinding on coping and stuff like that. So I didn't really wanted to skate them with a plastic cage block. I might try them in the future, but I didn't feel the necessity to. Now I can tell you that this H block, when you look at it, it's really flat, right? And I was a bit scared of not being that easy to lock my tricks, or because the frame is thin, I was scared of the wheels touching and getting wheel bites when I would try stuff like Royales or Unities or something like that. And that thing doesn't happen. I did got stuck a few times, but that's because I landed between the first and second wheels without my foot being bent. If you lock between the first and second wheels without being on the edges, then you're gonna get stuck. But that's normal with any flat frame. But as long as you lock in between the second and third wheel, dude, this thing was fast. I was doing Savannahs, Unities, I did Royales without needing to bend my foot too much. It's a 60mm wheels maximum diameter frame. Again, because the H block is super flat, I thought I would need to bend my foot a lot for Royales or Torques or anything like that, but it's not like that. It just felt right. Like, this is how much you need to bend for a Royale or for a Torque. Check my foot, my finger is straight. Now it's on my frame and on the boot. It's not that much. I haven't really been doing a lot of torque tricks, especially since I've started skate flat more often, but I did a few tricks. I did like a back unity budget to true misreel that I really felt the torque. Basically there's a little bit of that trick that you really need to grind on the torque foot, and it was grinding super good. I didn't got stuck at all. So I can honestly tell you that for any type of technical tricks that you might want to do, it's not going to make it a lot harder. Don't forget that I'm using 60mm wheels, and if you use wheels a little bit smaller like 58s, 57s, 56s, you're gonna get like a little bit more space, you're gonna go a little bit lower. This might make it easier for you to do topside tricks and all those things that I said that I had to adapt at first. You might not need to go through that process if you use wheels a little bit smaller. But it was something that I wanted to try. Now, something else about this frame is I did skate the Kaiser Elements too before I skate this. And I wouldn't compare them both. Yes, they are both aluminum frames, but they are different. Like, starting from the H block, this H block reminds me a lot of the latest version of the Rossi's Impala 62, which was actually the exact same boot, and the color that I have on the liner they had on the cuff, and then they had a blue frame. The H block is really similar. Now the H block that comes on the Kaiser Elements 2 is completely different. It's super wide, it's super deep, and it just feels different. Even sounds different when you grind. I don't know if the Kaiser is a different aluminum series, but I do know that this frame is made out of a solid 7000 series aluminum block. It's basically CNC'd, which means that they just take all the excess of aluminum that it's not needed. So it's a super solid piece, and when you grind, it sounds solid. And that was, again, one of the reasons why I wanted to have this frame. Think about it this way: you go to a skate park, and most of the times there's a lot of skateboarders, there's a lot of BMXers, and you will see the skateboarders grind a lot, and most of the times if you want to wax a bowl or something like that, they will look at you weird. With this frame, I don't have that problem. I just skate. I'll do front sides and back sides. If they're doing it, I'll do it even longer. So that's actually really cool. And I guess that's it for now. Like, it does feel like a super high performance frame. Like when you push, you push. If you want to go on the edges, if you want to carve on the bowl, if you want to do big hairs, if you want to do like long front sides, long back sides, but you also want to do some technical tricks, this might be the frame for you. Yes, it's not the cheapest frame on the market. I think it's 180 or 200. I think I paid 200 with 2 edge blocks, but there's a third edge block coming up. There's even more than 3, but this one is aluminum, the other one is plastic, and I know that Kyle SOLA is making a different material, and yes, it's not aluminum, it's not plastic, it's just something different. So you know what, maybe go on SOLA's Instagram right here and stay tuned for whatever they have coming next. And again, I said there's more than 3 because I know that they're also making different shapes of edge blocks. For now, I'm happy with these ones, but I'm for sure going to try those ones too. So if you want to see other edge blocks on these frames, or if you want to see these frames being tested on other skates, well, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I might even do a comparison between these and these. And yes, it makes sense to make a comparison between these two because they are both flat frames. None of this is a high-low frame. They both work really well. But if you want to know more about that, again, like I told you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give me some thumbs up if you like this video. Give me some thumbs down if you didn't like it. Super important. Like it or not, let me know. The more interaction you have with these videos, the more YouTube is going to suggest skating videos to more people, and hopefully more people will see inline skating, aggressive skating, rollerblading, whatever you want to call it. The whole idea here is to share these with more people. And to finish this video, just like I always tell you, I'm going to remind you to never forget why we all started skating, with SOLA frames or without SOLA frames. Just don't forget that we all started because it's fun. Cheers guys, and see you soon.